Hey guys, number one Marmaduke fan here, and this is ASMR, beautiful lake and dog barking next door. I rock back and forth and talk about a freaking weird Star Wars comic. Good grief. Okay, so this is the last issue of like the old school. Oh, and hello geese. Hi geese. Look at them go. Nice and loud, heading right into the lake, honking. Glad they're just not biting me. Where were we? All right. Old Star Wars comic books were weird, and for some reason Marvel released the very last issue of the series where you would probably have no clue what is going on, and yet it still manages to get me kind of up to speed on an entire, like, utterly bizarre part of Star Wars history. Now, I've seen the hashtag Make Star Wars Weird Again, and people will show like really odd old like 70s disco albums where the artists are clearly just going nuts with the designs and doing whatever they want. So the theme of this video is Star Wars used to be completely weird, and there was a lot of actual creative energy in that, even if I'm not sure I'm entirely on board with it. There's some familiar names artistically in this, and you're going to see what I'm talking about the second I turn the page. So the second I turn the page, it's Luke Skywalker pretty much as Rambo with a mullet, a bandana, and a giant gun sniping people. So our penciler is Cynthia Martin, and look who it is, Whilce Portacio as the inker. A long, noble career in comics. I actually wasn't looking for Whilce Portacio's name before your boy Zach kind of made me aware that this is someone I should be paying attention to. That's one of the things I love about reading comics as an adult, is like I picked up a few names when I was a kid, like, you know, John Romita and Eric Larson and, you know, Neil Adams, those kinds of names. But now that I'm an adult and I'm like an art history geek, you keep catching all of these names over and over again throughout the decades. So Whilce Portacio, the art of this, I don't know, it's kind of standard old 80s art. Sometimes it feels a little simplistic, or like they were just like cranking this out to get done with this series and move on to the next one. But it's really... Be quiet, neighbor dogs. Do they hear me talking and they want to bark at me? Is that what they think I'm saying? They think this whole review is just a series of bark. What I was saying is that there are some panels that feel a little like, I don't know, like they sketched that out pretty quick, but it has like this sort of weird old school fantasy flair to it. So I am not going to try to remember all the weird alien names. I'm just going to like explain to you basically what the setup is, because this did such a good job of catching me up on a whole thing. All right, so there's the blue aliens. The blue aliens are kind of like a warrior race that are all about killing people, and there are the pink aliens, and the pink aliens are all about like art and music and being cool, beautiful people. And the blue aliens and the pink aliens don't like each other that much. This blue alien, he ran away from the blue aliens because he fell... This pink alien, she ran away from the pink aliens because she fell in love with the blue aliens. The dogs are barking, my phone is dying, nothing's working today. This is ASMR, Incompetent Comic Book Reviews, with your boy number one Marmaduke fan. They know I'm a cartoon Great Dane, that's why the dogs are barking. They know my secret, gang. All right. So, where was I? This stormtrooper, it's like so weird. It's obviously just like drawn from a toy really fast, and it's completely off model. And there's actually a point to all this. So they do this whole thing where Han Solo's got a mentor who is half Corellian, and they kind of make the point of not belonging in the world you're in. Because you're half something and half something else. So Han Solo's half Corellian, which makes the Corellians respect him. This blue guy, well, he's exiled from his home planet, so he doesn't really fit in anymore, but now they're kind of like mad at each other and not out of love. So even though they're both exiled from home and stuck with each other, they don't want to be together, or their relationship's going through a rocky path. The whole team is like this mishmash of empire and rebellion, and nobody really fits together. They always argue with each other, but they gotta work together to beat the green aliens. And I'll show you the green aliens in a minute. This is a direction, even though this is super weird, I kind of wish Star Wars had subverted my expectations by going in a direction like this. Like, the Empire's bad, but if a big alien race showed up, the Empire would probably work with the remnants of the Rebel Alliance to take on the big evil alien race, right? That's like a good direction, because then there's like tension, there's people who used to be enemies, but they gotta unite against a common foe. Instead, we just had this experience where I feel like what even was the first movie? The Force Awakens, where I enjoyed it. I had fun in the movie theater. I walked out and I said, that was pretty much A New Hope all over again, but at least I enjoyed it. And then the longer I went, the stupider I felt, realizing I paid to see a new version of A New Hope rehashed all over again. There was so much potential. I don't care that this is weird. Do something actually weird. Do something that's just nuts. Okay, so the green aliens are like modeled off of the British colonial empire, and they have like Nina Pinta Santa Maria spaceships. This is so stupid. I can't take them seriously. They've got like the big handlebar 1800s British mustaches and flowers in their caps and ruffles. It's so dumb. But it works. So even though it's so stupid, they are a legitimate like colonial threat with like, I guess, space clubs. And this Mandalorian, who isn't Boba Fett, but his name kind of sounds like Boba Fett, says, hey, we got to work together, gang, keep it together. And they sort of call attention to that, this whole team, they have all these reasons to hate each other. So like the blue aliens, they killed a bunch of people because they were scared of the green aliens and they wanted to defend themselves. So people are mad at the blue aliens, but they realize that the green aliens are the biggest problem and they got to take care of that. All right. And so they're going to get together and fight the green aliens. I love this drawing and how simple and like almost Rembrandtian some of the styles and the simple little sketches are. And Darth Vader had this female fangirl who has promised Darth Vader she would kill Luke Skywalker and defeat the Rebel Alliance. She's kind of goofy, she's got this big flowy dress and fancy frills on. She's actually kind of cool because she's sort of robotic and she has like the breathing thing like Darth Vader, and she doesn't have a lightsaber, she just has a blaster and the Force. They do this whole thing where she explains she can use the Force and that the Force is a form of telekinesis because people didn't really get what the Force was and you had to explain it. And look, Leia and the cute pink alien girl, they're in fancy English outfits while they infiltrate the evil green aliens. Here's the bit. Why so dismayed? Surely you know that my training in the ways of the Force gives me mastery over limited amounts of matter and energy, and hence telekinesis. This Star Wars was so weird. They knew they had to like explain this stuff to people because it was a pop culture phenomenon, but it wasn't like a ubiquitous pop culture phenomenon where everybody knew what Star Wars was and they knew all the little details of the Force and everything. I liked when she actually got zapped and we got to see some of like her robotic form underneath. I feel like she is kind of an interesting character, but she doesn't have an intimidating shape. She's just this big bell shape. And actually, if you see this robotic form, she's a bit more alluring as a female villainess, and she's a bit more memorable because of her silhouette. There are so many subplots that I just completely forgot about. Like, look at those doofy little yellow lightsabers that look like batons for waving in an airplane. This is so weird. I don't know what's going on. And then Han Solo's mentor shows up. Hooray! They defeated the evil galaxy and the end. Happy ending. Well, that was anticlimactic. This is so weird. I don't know if I want to go back and reread actually, no, I do want to go back and reread the old Star Wars comics, just based on how weird this one was. Like, I'm weirdly interested in it, and it actually had like that heroic. We got to remind you that we're tough. We don't all get along, but we got to go beat the Empire together. Han, Leia, and Luke working together to fight evil aliens. That guy didn't even show up. Like a cockroach with a beret on. Oh yeah, and the ink comes off on my fingers, of course. Everyone's made fun of that already. So Marvel, good job on you for printing the True Believers line and reprinting some of these weird old books. The Legends, I'm going to read Legends books because I just don't care about the Disney continuity. I'm going to go hunting for weird stuff like this and good stuff in the Legends continuity, or I don't even know if all of this was supposed to be canon. Just like think of it's a mishmash of Star Wars stuff. Some of it is good, some of it is weird like this, some of it is not that good. The reason I waited so long to read Star Wars Legends is I read a novelization of Episode 1 as a kid and I hated it. And then I tried reading another one in high school and I hated it even more. It was so stupid. It was just, let's rehash a few dumb ideas from Star Wars and have nothing matter because it's a Star Wars novel. But now I'm listening to Heir of the Empire. It's really good. It even has Thrawn is an art history geek, and that speaks to me as an art history geek. There's so much good stuff in the Legends novels and comics if you are burned on the new movies. I don't know if I'd recommend this if you're just looking for a genuine Star Wars experience. Check this out if you just want like a weird, odd part of Star Wars history that actually does kind of click with some of the weird fantasy vibes of the characters that makes them work, and it's actually genuinely fun. I've shown you like why it's weird, so now you get, if based on what you've seen, if you want to go see that weird like green alien, pink alien, blue alien stuff, yeah, go check it out. It's $1. You should get it no matter what. You should always get True Believers comics because they're amazing for $1. I'm number one Marmaduke fan. This is so caravan of garbage, Mr. Sunday Movies material right here, but still fun. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm still feeling the effects of that beer. One beer ruins my entire day, and I'm scatterbrained. I just need that calming lake to get my mind back in order. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Catch you later.